Perfect.
Andor.
Oh yeah, Andor's episode 11.
Episode 11. We're going to 12. Are we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's one more episode. Of course.
God, I can't even remember what there's so much stuff happened between now and when I watched Andor that I don't remember much of it.
Well, it's basically like Andor has escaped.
Yes, I remember the escape scene.
That was in episode 10.
Well, I remember them escaping and trying to go to get the ship from these
Yes,
aliens.
yes. So they're trying to escape whatever planet they're on. I can't remember.
Can't remember either.
And there's these weird slow aliens there, and they're like, well, we can just make a run, steal their ship, and get out of here.
Yeah.
But the aliens had set up a trap to squirt them with like some weird net.
Some organic net.
Yeah. And the aliens are like implying they're going to kill them. But then it's like, oh, they're not kind of Empire. They hate the Empire. Like, oh, yeah, we'll take you where you want to go.
Yeah,
no
we'll
problem.
take you where you want to go. It's
And they
fine.
have a fucking rust bucket of a ship, man.
Oh, yes.
Looked like it was going to fall apart. And I can't imagine it smelled good inside that
Probably
ship either.
not. These are like fisherman aliens. They're
Yeah.
complaining that the Empire destroyed all the water with their prisons that make things.
Yeah. It was very weird. Like, Andor, they go back to whatever planet he was arrested on. He like breaks into like
Yeah, he has to go get his money.
The house that's obviously a rental. Like it's like it's
like
a
a
space
hotel.
B&B. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably like an Airbnb.
Obviously
in
never
space.
cleaned because they didn't look on top of the shower to get the box
who
off of the
looks
top.
on top of the
But like
shower.
the box was so big, like it's not like it was hiding below
I
a
know.
ledge or something. It was so big. So Andor's money was still there. So
Yeah.
he's got all his money and his gun and his fake space passport and everything. And some of them know they're on the lookout for Andor. Everyone's on the lookout for Andor. The good guys and the bad guys, they all want to get Andor.
Yeah.
The one thing in this episode, they showed more of Bix after she had been tortured.
Yeah.
And that actress is great.
Yes.
I believed she was tortured. Maybe they tortured her in the show. I don't know. For real. But they were like, they're questioning her about, is this the man you introduced Cassian Andor to? And they never showed her say yes or no.
No.
But the implication was that she was going to say that this was the man that she introduced Cassian to. Like her sort of like defeated, like, oh, you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a gotcha anyway.
It wasn't, it was the other guy that the Empire is onto now.
Yeah.
Krieger. I can't remember the other guy's name, who they're going to let him go off to be killed, basically.
Yeah.
As a sacrifice, because they know that they know. Like, they know.
Yeah.
The rebels know that the Imperials know that Krieger's going to attack, but the Imperials don't know that they know that they know.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole thing.
Yeah, what's his face goes to see Saul. I can't remember what the hell his name is again, but he goes to see Saul Gerrera.
Saw Gerrera, yeah.
And yeah, Saw Gerrera.
S-A-W.
Yes. And Saw's getting ready to go and fight with Krieger.
Yes.
And he's like, well, you can go do that, but we're letting Krieger fall.
Yeah.
And
He's going to be what we call a discarded asset.
Yeah.
And Saw's kind of like, maybe you're like, Saw's very paranoid about everything. He's like, maybe you're an Imperial. How do I know you're not an Imperial? Like, so he.
Yeah, Tubes is my guy.
Yeah,
he's like
exactly.
talking about you got guys everywhere.
Yeah. He told me. Tubes tells me everything.
Tubes tells me everything. He's my guy.
Yeah.
Tubes is like, "Rah!"
That's a lie.
Tubes speaks some pretty good Huttese.
Everything is coming to a head. Is he a Tusken Raider? He was carrying like the rifle the Tusken Raiders carry.
I don't think he's a Tusken Raider.
Yeah.
He might be, but he speaks Huttese.
Okay. He was carrying the rifle that the Tusken Raiders carry. I just remember from the weird like stock.
Yeah.
On the end of it. We saw more with Cyril. Cyril gets a call from his old like lieutenant dude that he was working with saying like Cassian's mom died. Maybe Cassian's going to go home for the funeral. You should go there.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, Cyril is like, is he basically like, he's basically a terrorist now? Like,
I don't know.
He's going on his own accord to go to Cassian's mom's funeral. Is he going to like, do you see a redemption for him in the next episode?
No.
I think everything's just going to go from worse to worse for him.
I literally have no idea what the last episode could be like. I have no idea how it's going to go. I have no idea how it's going to end. I have no idea.
It's going to end on some sort of cliffhanger. There'll be some closure.
There'll be some cliffhanger, a little closure.
There'll be some closure here, but they're going to lead into something for the next season.
Yes.
Because there has to be another season, right?
Yes. I think this next episode, if I would predict that Mon Mothma is going to get out of there.
Well, I mean, we know Mon Mothma.
She has to at some point, but this might be the time. The end of season. Well, this season might be because it's getting bad for her there.
Yeah, but like she was still in the Imperial Senate in Rogue One.
Was she?
Well, yeah, because Palpatine hadn't revealed himself yet.
Oh, but she's also on Yavin 4 in Rogue One. So she must be doing the back and forth.
Yeah, you're right. But there's still a lot of time between. See, that's the thing. I don't think she's out yet. They're next season, there's gonna be more Imperial Senate shenanigans going on. So they need Mon Mothma to still be there doing that.
Yeah.
Eventually, yes, she'll be gone, but I don't think it's gonna be this episode. I'd be very surprised if she's out. Because, like, what are they gonna show from the Imperial Senate? Add a new character next season that we've never heard of? I don't think so.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
But I mean, they show very little of the Senate anyway. They really just show her favor going down the hole.
Not so much showing the Senate, but like showing the machinations of like the political side of the Empire.
I guess there's got to be, since it's a very politically intrigued show, there's got to be more of that.
So I think she's going to stay, but it'll be something like she's sort of like in the comm, like she gets the thing like with, what was the guy's name? I can't even remember, but his son is going to meet her daughter. And it's going to smooth it out because she can get her money all smoothed out, you know?
Yeah.
So things are looking okay for her going forward. But it's like, what's going to happen with the Imperial woman that's going after Cassian?
Yes.
What's going to happen with Cyril? What's going to happen with Cassian? Like, who else is going to be there on that planet? Is anyone else going there?
The cousin will be there. Can't remember her name either.
Yeah, right.
Mon Mothma's cousin.
And like what's going to happen with all these characters?
It's going to be a reunion. Everyone's going to be there.
It's a big happy reunion.
Or big happy, not happy, but a big reunion.
Yeah. So, yeah, who knows? The other thing too is like we never actually saw Cassian's mom dead. Like
well,
they
take her out.
We saw them pull what we think might be a body out. Like it could have been a bundle of rags under a sheet.
Well, it could have been her, and they were just moving her as well.
There's that too. Like, is she dead? Like, we don't actually know.
No, we never see her pass. She just dies.
The only thing that is the one, her one droid is very upset.
Yes.
That droid needs a memory wipe.
That droid needs a full reboot.
Yeah. But, like, is she going to be, like, her whole thing is she wants to fight the Imperials. Like, is it going to be, like, a whole gotcha moment where they get all the Imperials there because they know Cassian's going to come and then they, like, blow it up or, like, you know?
That could be.
Who knows, right?
Could be.
There's a lot of options there. So I'm excited to see what the next episode is all about. The end of this episode, I was like, damn it, it's over. But it wasn't like the previous episodes where I was like, fuck, it's over.
Yeah.
I just want to see the next one. This one ended and I was like, okay, this sucks. I'd like to know where it's going. But I wasn't as like pumped for the next episode.
Yeah. We had a little space combat in this one as well.
Dude, he kicked the shit out of that thing. So that was the other thing too. Has there ever been tractor beams in Star Wars before?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't remember them really.
That's how they get the Millennium Falcon onto the Death Star at the start.
Oh, okay.
And I do believe the Trade Federation had some kind of tractor beam.
You're
as
right.
well.
You're right. I just was like, wow, I only thought these were in Star Trek. But yeah, what's his name? In his like jalopy.
Yeah.
Destroys this like Imperial like blockade ship.
Yeah.
It was
I can't remember what kind of
crazy.
ship it was.
Well, it was like a Star Destroyer, but it had like giant ass like satellite dishes strapped to it.
Yeah, it was like a inspection. I can't remember what the hell it was.
I don't know.
Yeah,
what
it was a like a tiny Star Destroyer.
But like that guy, he's got some space combat abilities.
Yeah.
He's like taking out TIE fighters, doing e-brake spins and shit like that.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was kind of cool that he used a physical projectile to destroy the tractor beam shield dish.
Yeah. With this little anti-tractor beam measures.
Yeah.
And they were kind of shocked. They're like, in a ship that small? Like, what was going on here? So, pretty crazy anyways.
Yeah, it was a good, funny little zoom on the commander's face.
Yeah.
When he got out of these, like just stunned.
There
Just
hasn't
full
been
stunned.
really any space combat, really. There's been space escape.
Yes, space escape, but no real space combat where TIE fighters getting blown up.
Yeah.
I'm always happy whenever I hear a TIE fighter.
Yes. Yeah, that was like the first time there was like some space combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kicked the shit out of them. They kind of were shell-shocked afterwards, like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
So, a very cool scene.
Yeah.
Um,
The one part about that I kind of liked was that when they were showing him charge up the thing, they also show the controls for the hyperspace jump.
Mhm.
They just kind of flash it just ever so slightly. I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna make a jump to hyperspeed. Oh yeah, it's happening.
you know, gotta show what's coming.
Yep.
It's called good storytelling.
Yep. I like that they showed Saw Gerrera's fleet a little bit. A couple of X-wings on the ground there.
Yep. Yeah. He's a very paranoid man.
Yes. Which is why he's even more crazy in Rogue One.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch Rogue One after episode 12. I haven't seen it since I saw it in the theater. So
I've seen it multiple times.
I only saw it the one time in the theater. It was enjoyable, but I don't know. That was kind of like, I mean, that still is like, I don't really care about Star Wars more or less. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking Andor a lot because it's
The least amount of Star Wars.
well, it's Star Wars enough, but it's also like it could have been like they scramble like a B wing, a B fighter to get him. Like, he doesn't have to be a TIE fighter. This could have been a good story in like Battlestar Galactica or Star Trek or Star Wars. It's not like Star Wars because of Star Wars, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a good show
It's
that
just a good
happens
show.
to be in Star Wars.
With good storyline.
I'm-
And sometimes you see a stormtrooper, sometimes you see a Imperial droid.
Yeah. But wouldn't like a future Star Wars, like imagine there's like a Star Wars show that's on Coruscant or whatever the fuck it's called.
Coruscant. Yep.
Coruscant, but it's like a murder mystery. Like there's a murder and it's a detective story or something like that. Like, wouldn't that be cool
It would be cool.
in the Star Wars universe? Like, it doesn't have to be space battles all the time.
No, it doesn't. And this show has proven that it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be space battles all the time.
So-
It did episode 11, space battles. That's the first time we see space battles.
Basically. So I'm excited to see what is coming next anyway.
Yeah, the last episode of the season should be pretty interesting.
It's coming Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you watch it so you can hear us talk about it in the next whatever.
Yes, next episode of the Stream Void podcast.
Exactly. Yeah, I still highly recommend it.
Yes.
Everyone should watch.
Yes.
Yes.